Hey friends, it's James. If you've been wanting to change the way you care for your plants and honestly, the way you feel about your plant parent journey, the new year is the perfect moment to try something that's transformed my own practice over the past few years. Here's the truth. Most of us plant parents want to grow. We want healthier plants, clearer routines, and the confidence to actually enjoy the process instead of feeling overwhelmed by it. But before you buy new plants, before you reorganize your shelves, before you rewrite your routines for the year ahead, there's one thing I want you to do first. Reflect. Not just look back, but to transform your skills, your clarity, and the way you actually experience your plant care journey. Because when you learn how to reflect with intention, the entire next year can become easier, calmer, and more aligned with the kind of plant parent you want to become. And if you've never done a plant parent reflection before, don't worry. I'm gonna walk you through it step by step, and by the end of this video, you're gonna feel lighter, more grounded, and far more motivated. And yes, I made a free guidebook for you called Cultivating Growth. It's linked below. It's the companion to everything we're about to do together. And honestly, it's the resource I wish I had when I first started this practice. So let's begin right here, right now. Before we can decide who we want to become in the year ahead, we have to understand who we actually were this year. And here's the big question I want you to hold in your mind. What patterns were shaping your plant care without you realizing it? Because we all have patterns, some helpful, some unhelpful, some intentional, some automatic, some that bring life and some that quietly drain it. Maybe you were the overexcited in spring, overwhelmed by fall plant parent. Maybe you were the slow and steady plant parent who made small but meaningful progress. Maybe you had a year where life just happened and your plants took a back seat. Maybe you were stuck in reactive care instead of proactive care. This isn't about shame, it's about data. It's about clarity. And once you name your patterns, you can work with them, not against them. This is always where I start in my own reflection, because our brains are really good at remembering what went wrong and really terrible at remembering what went right. So let me ask you, what did you do well this year as a plant parent? Now think small. Did you finally learn how to bottom water? Did you keep one plant alive that historically you always kill? Did you become more consistent? Maybe not perfect, but more consistent. Did you experiment with a new soil mix? Did you repot plants before they were in crisis mode? Did you apply something you learned from the plant care community? These wins matter because they're evidence that you're growing. Now, growth rarely feels dramatic in the moment. Most of the time, it looks like tiny choices you forget to celebrate, but those choices add up. They form your foundation for next year. Hold on to those, name them, write them down if you want. These are your seedlings, if you will, your proof of progress. Okay. Now we're going to name some things that are a little harder. When I say hard, I don't mean the things you feel guilty about. I mean the things that quietly shaped your plant parent year without you noticing. Ask yourself, where did you feel friction in your plant care this year? What consistently felt hard, confusing, frustrating, or just draining? Was it watering, light issues, fungus gnats that made you want to throw your whole collection out the window? Was it trying to keep too many plants alive? Was it feeling like you had to chase perfection because social media tells you everyone else has it together? Here's the twist, the non-obvious insight that always surprises people. Your points of friction are not failures. They're signals. Signals about what routines don't fit your real life, what plants don't match your environment, what habits don't align with your energy, what you've outgrown, what you've tolerated for too long. Maybe you discovered you hate plants that need daily attention. Maybe high maintenance calatheas make you anxious. Maybe your light just isn't for the plants you bought. Maybe you realized that collecting gave you dopamine, but caring gave you stress. These aren't personal shortcomings. They're clues. Clues that help you design your plant life around reality, not idealized fantasy. And honestly, when you start listening to these clues, things get a whole lot easier. Once you understand your wins and your friction points, you're ready for the reset. A reset isn't about starting from scratch, though. It's about realigning. Here are a few questions I want you to carry into your reset. What plants no longer fit your lifestyle? It may be time to rehome or transition plants that aren't serving you. What routines do you want to simplify? Maybe watering once a week is ideal. Maybe you need a reminder system. Maybe you're ready to choose resilience over perfection. What environment are you actually working with? Light, humidity, space? Let your environment guide your choices, not the other way around. What parts of plant care genuinely bring you joy? And what parts exhaust you? Double down on the joyful, design around the exhausting. This is your plant parent reset, not a purge, not a performance, a realignment with who you are now. And this is where most people stop. But the real transformation happens in the next part. Now we get to look forward, not with pressure, not with perfectionism, but with intention. Here's the biggest question, the one that shapes everything. What kind of plant parent do you want to become next year? Not how many plants do I want, not what shelves should I buy, not what rare plant will make me feel like I've leveled up. No, different question entirely. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a plant parent who is more consistent, more observant, more relaxed, more confident, less overwhelmed, more connected to the rhythm of the seasons? Do you want routines that feel like rituals instead of chores? Do you want to feel empowered to troubleshoot without spiraling? Do you want to build a home environment that feels alive and grounded? Once you name the identity, the behaviors follow. This is the whole philosophy behind my Plant Parent Reset Challenge. The idea that we start with self-understanding, create clarity, build confidence, and then design the year ahead around who we want to become. You don't need to do everything today. You just need to decide the direction you're growing. And that direction is yours to choose. Let's end with some concrete, simple steps you can take in the next 24 hours to anchor your new year plant reset. Number 1, pick one plant and give it attention, just one. Repot it, clean it, inspect it, whatever it needs. This breaks the overwhelm cycle. Number 2, name your top 3 plant care wins from this year. Say them out loud, write them down, they're your evidence. Number 3, identify one friction point, not 5, just one, and ask, what would make this year easier by 10%, let's say. You'll be shocked at how impactful that question is. Number 4, choose your identity for next year. Say, I want to be the kind of plant parent who, fill in the blank, is more consistent, confident, calm, curious, you choose. Number 5, download my guidebook, Cultivating Growth. It walks you through a gentle 6-day reflection and reset, one that gives you clarity, direction, and a fresh start. It's completely free and it's linked below. Friends, being a plant parent isn't about perfection. It's not about buying more. It's not even about doing everything right. It's about relationship. It's about noticing. It's about choosing presence over perfection, growth over guilt, curiosity over comparison. This past year, whether it was your best plant year or your hardest, has given you data, wisdom, and a starting point. You're ready for a meaningful reset. You're ready for clarity. You're ready for growth, and I'm right here with you. Download the guidebook below, take your time with it, and let it support you as you begin a new year with intention. Thanks for being here. Thanks for growing with me, and I'll see you next time.